So he was in that new house, right? And then an old uncle came to him and told him to go away. And then he's
Wow.
like, bruh.
Hi everyone, it's Steve. Welcome back to another episode of our podcast. Today I have very special guests. I have Khai, I have
Yo.
Ridzal, Jaslyn, and Tara.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. Anyway, so for today's topic, we're
大家好.
gonna be what? Say again.
大家好.
Yes, 大家
This is
好.
Chinese New Year. Chinese New
Yeah,
Year.
happy Chinese New Year to our audiences out there. If you are celebrating. Okay, so anyway, for this week's topic, we're going to be talking about Singaporeans' most favorite three-letter term, BTO. I think it's all the rage amongst millennials and anyone around the age of, and anyone who's basically just attached. And then we have Khai and Rizal here, and I myself, who are either married, engaged, or attached. Right? Am I
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that are in that stage where you're looking for housing or already have secured a housing. And then Jaslyn and Tara here are at that stage where they're curious. they're still young, so they would be curious to know how we decide on the whole process of it, how we know we are ready for it. So yeah, maybe we start with uh like Khai, Ritzel, and we explain where we are at now, like our current status with the housing.
So mine is a BTO that's already built. I'm living in a ready, what do I call it? Like at the end of the whole BTO process, right? Yeah. So, but the only thing is that mine isn't via the merit route. So it was based on like an appeal because back then my mom and my family didn't have a house, so we had to apply for a BTO through unconventional means. Yeah. So that's kind of just summing it up.
Okay, so mine, I applied for BTO, and I got it. I applied for BTO twice actually. The first time, I just just try lah. I mean, I'm not gonna get what, but then I got it. So when I got it, I thought, hey, wow, this is too quick, chill. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give this up. So I give up on the BTO. Then I tried second time as a second time applicant. Yeah, I don't know whether they consider second time or not, but anyway, I got
No,
again,
no,
you know.
no. It's
Yeah,
first timer. Yeah.
it's the time frame was like quite short one. Then the second one, so I got. I think one of the things that you should take note when you apply for BTO is they look at your race, actually, the person who's applying. So
Mm.
because every flat, every block has a quota, racial quota, they need to fill in. So they cannot be too many Chinese, too many Malay, or too many Indians. So, in a way, I guess I could say I'm lucky because on IC I'm Indian, so I'm categorized under others. So others
Ah,
is I tend to be have more priority lah, I guess. Not priority lah, again, as in because
less competition.
in Singapore you already know
Yes.
like majority is Chinese, right? So of course there's gonna be a lot of Chinese applicants. So like being probably the only few Indians applying, I'm gonna get a flat lah basically. Yeah, so actually, but then the second one I decided, okay, actually I cannot wait too long. I want to get a flat like not in like 4 or 5 years so I thought, okay, I'm gonna give it
Yeah.
up again. So I totally gave up on this BTO idea. So I
Oh
rejected
dear.
2 times. Yeah, I didn't turn up
But
for the appointment 2 times. Yeah,
did you get a good queue number for both?
yeah, it's like really like confirm get one. It's like the number. Yeah,
Yeah,
Uh,
wasted.
I know,
yeah.
right? Like, so I mean, sorry lah for the haters who's gonna watch this video. Wow, this guy is.
Yeah, this guy.
Oh
I
no.
mean,
Hey, bro.
yeah,
Hope HDB never watch, bro.
because some people really wait for years to even
I know,
get
right?
an
Yeah.
appointment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, so I mean, sorry but then I decided to go for resale lah. So I'm actually currently looking around for a resale flat. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah,
Uh,
so
yeah. That's it.
so I am one of the haters here. Uh,
Report, report.
I too applied. I applied twice, and I got like queue numbers that were 1.5 times outside of the available units. So I will not get it all basically. Yeah. And I'm also like it's only because of COVID that the BTO projects are actually taking so long. Because it used to be quite fast, like 3-4 years. Now there's 5-6-7 years. So
So question mark.
yeah, I don't know if. Anyway, I cannot even ballot and get a unit number, so I can't say much. So also, I would be open to like resale. Yeah, sad.
Yeah, so
Okay.
interestingly, because of that the COVID situation, more people actually going for resale. More young couples
Mm,
going for resale. Because I'm seeing a
mm,
lot of YouTube videos and stuff on resale flats actually. Yep.
mm. Okay, let's dive into the very, very beginning, like when during your relationship, uh, what's the okay, so how long into your relationship did you start to talk about like applying for BTO?
At the start. So the thing is, when I already got my flat, right, I knew like because of the whole HDB, paperwork and red tape and stuff, right? I know my CPF and my name is gonna be tied up in this flat, so I had to give like anybody I dated, right, had to give a heads up, like bro, I mean
Mm.
sis, you know, uh, yeah. So this is my situation. So if you want, can I give you a heads up that uh, that's gonna be the situation that we're gonna be in, lah. Yeah. The good news is that we have a house that's already fully paid for. You know, bad news is that it's, what do you call it? We're gonna go through some hopes to kind of like get a place of our own, lah. Yeah.
Mm,
Mm.
okay, but like how far into the relationship did you like start to talk about that? Like from the very beginning or
Yes.
how?
First date.
Wow.
I think for him the situation is different because he already has a house, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he
Oh
needs
yeah,
to
that
put it up
yeah.
front, like, hey, I
Yep.
got a house already. You don't need to apply for BTO, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because it's
you
like
just mm.
in Singapore, it's kind of like applying for BTO is almost like a wedding proposal, right?
Yeah, yeah, actually.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
it's like wow, it's more concrete than actually giving a ring, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like
You
Asking to
technically
BTO is
proposed.
asking for marriage, yeah.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you technically proposed on the first date?
No,
Like,
I
yo, I
gave a
have
I gave a heads up
house.
on the first date. Yeah,
Damn.
Wow. Okay, that's really fast game.
yeah.
How about Kai?
Mine was I think when came to a point where we feel like we're financially more stable and uh we like our relationship also was like stable lah. So I feel like okay, this is it lah. This is the one lah. So then start talking about the house lah, I guess.
Mm,
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, then
For me
oh
it was like 2 years, I think.
yeah. I think back to your question on the first date thing, right? I think it's down to the fact that I think when you like date when you're older, right? There's this thing where both of you don't want to waste each other's time.
Mm.
You kind of like so you kind of like lay your cards on the table as early as possible to
Yep.
kind of like but
okay,
yeah,
okay. Very
It's no
like
games, no
straight to the
games.
point.
yeah, no games.
Then Jess and Tara, I want to like ask the next few or whatever your thoughts are. I'm also curious because like what would you guys want to know? Because you guys are still at a very early age.
Like just when we're gonna start talking about BTO.
Yeah, Jess over there. That one.
It's still so long.
Or are you already talking already? Like, hey, when you want BTO?
Yeah.
Just
It's
BTO in
still so
Minecraft, bro.
long.
Just BTO in Minecraft.
They still need to go RB also, like it's another
Okay,
2 more
that's
years.
true.
Imagine you ask him, hey, how are BTO? He go from like,
Confirm,
Yeah.
scared
Army.
at least.
Army
I
no
haven't even
CPF,
NS, yeah.
bro. No, but it's never too early also, right? To start to think about it. So
No, but
like
was it Mothership the one that we never really talk about the people who applied for BTO then broke up? Is it
oh
something?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean that's sad lah. I mean
Yeah. I mean, that's the other sad part about the BTO thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I've
Okay.
I've heard like I think some girls, I mean, they see it as a good thing when a guy wants to talk about BTO because he's like, he's thinking of the future,
Yeah,
he's thinking
very
far,
good.
yeah.
So girls, if your guy would like bring up the topic of BTO,
Yeah.
like
You don't have to apply, just pretend that you're thinking about it.
pretend. Well,
That-
yeah, you can put it that way. Yeah. But like for Jesslyn and Tara, have you ever like have that thought ever come to you guys? I mean, maybe more apt for Jesslyn, but like
I have really talked about it before, but it's like just,
okay.
oh, next time can apply for this. But then like we never really look into it.
Hmm.
Because our plan, if we are still together, by the time he finishes army, is to rent a place and test whether we can really stay together or not. Yeah.
Oh,
So if we
okay.
can't, then the BTO thing is not going to work out also
Yeah.
lah. So
See,
it's just,
They got
yeah.
plan.
they're thinking different, different
They got
really.
plan. They're so young, they have a plan. And not even I can relate to this. But then that means like for Khai and Ridzal, have you all ever thought of like, oh my god, what if actually we're not like able to live together? Do you all ever have this fear? Because I have this fear, like, oh my god, what if actually when we move in then like all hell breaks loose, we cannot live together?
I don't know, man. I don't think guys think about that. Only
What
the
what do you mean?
Really?
Like you guys have a falling out as a couple?
Like some people are just like living habits wise not compatible. You have
Yeah,
to yeah, you
but
know that kind of
Zal,
thing.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Guys don't think about that, right?
yeah.
Really?
you don't you don't care.
Oh,
I think
really?
but more
I
like
feel
I guess
like,
we have to ease the girl into it, because usually it's the girl that cares about that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it's we think a lot about it. Like,
yeah.
We didn't care
because,
so much about living together.
yeah,
Mm.
wow,
As in,
really?
just live together lah. For us, it's very simple lah. For us.
Because I had a very lengthy conversation about why guys should put the toilet seat down with my boyfriend, and like we cannot agree on anything. So I'm like, oh no, am I doomed?
But I guess you could see that, like, when you go for a holiday or
Yeah, I was just
staycay.
about to
I don't
say
know.
that.
Yeah.
So holidays are the one way you can try. But sometimes you live in a hotel, you don't really need to like pick up
Yeah.
after
yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
Yeah. But if you
The
do get the
yeah
chance lah.
the one thing my wife regret is that during all the vacation and staycation, I didn't snore, but now she moved in, I start snoring.
Oh
How do you
no.
control the snore last time?
That's why I didn't even know. It's like, bro.
Or you don't even sleep. You pretend to sleep.
Yeah,
Because you're so
I don't
conscious, right? And then you're just like
yeah. I put straw in my nose.
oh my god. Yeah, small little things, right? But then how do you
Yeah.
guys like eventually work around it? Like all these small
I think it's like you kind of give and take, right? Because when
Mm.
I mean, if you guys love each other, you can kind of like,
Aw.
yeah. I think yeah, the what do you call that? Like it's like a balance,
Mm.
like So if I snore, then it means I need to go buy dinner that week or something like that.
Fair.
Yeah,
Okay. That's a good way to go around it. So I
yeah,
can like make my boyfriend do a lot of chores because he wouldn't put the toilet seat down.
yes, yes. So it's like when he doesn't want to do one thing, then he needs to make it up for in other things, lah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Then the big question, like since BTO is so synonymous with marriage in Singapore, right? What is the process? What should the process be? BTO, proposal, marriage. Like in what order? BTO, proposal, wedding. Sorry. Yeah. What do y'all
Yeah.
think?
I think
Like
the
propose?
usual route is BTO, propose, or BTO is the proposal, and then wedding. Yeah.
Wow, have you ever seen anyone who had a proposal and actually like propose with the BTO or propose the application with the BTO, or is it like always separate things?
I mean, I've heard of my like some of my friends, they when they talk about BTO, there's kind of like you kind of accept that it's also a marriage, kind of going to marriage really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So when the BTO talk happens, do you think that it kind of really solidifies the relationship, or does it just go
yeah.
and
I think it's that's where the turning point is, I guess.
mm,
Yeah.
okay? So
So
girls,
do
now
you
you know.
propose after that, or do you just
Why not propose first and then apply
Yeah.
for BTO?
Depends on the guy lah. Like I said,
Hmm.
depends on the guy. Yeah. But I've heard some of my friends, they did the BTO and proposal at the same time, in the same, you know. I guess like
Yeah.
for
Okay.
some more romantic guys like Khai, they do the proposal first, you know.
No. So for me, right, my case was I asked for BTO first. Then she said, "No, I'm not gonna agree to your BTO until you propose to me." Then ooh.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I tried to like shortcut lah, you know. So maybe, come on lah, it's confirmed already, what? I mean,
Wow. I should have done that. Okay. Wow. I feel
It's
so
not too late if you go
shortchanged
back
now.
and say that.
I reject
Yeah.
reject your application.
Yeah.
The next time he want to apply again, you say, propose to me first, then we apply the second time.
Mine was like over chat, like, oh, you want BTO? Oh, I guess this proposal then. I was so sad. But then if people who do proposal first, then does that mean you'll be engaged for quite some time? Like, because BTO is for 5 years later. So
Yeah.
is that
You
like
can get married first, and then
Mhm.
yeah, and then you move into the BTO when it's ready lah. Because my
Mm.
sister, I think my sister went through that. So she, uh, her BTO was in like I think 3 years time or something. So
Oh,
she
okay,
stayed
that's
with
a good
us,
time.
yeah, until
Yeah.
it was ready. Then yeah,
Yeah, I see some people
Mhm.
doing that. They ROM
Yeah.
first. Yeah.
So okay, but you guys aren't doing it, right? Or Kai, would you be open to doing it, or you want to get your house
No
first?
lah. Because for me, I'm not gonna wait for 4 to 5
Mm.
years, man. I mean,
Yeah,
we're really
resale, right?
planning by
Resale, yeah.
next year. Yeah. So
Mm,
it's not
Mm.
long lah. Yeah.
yeah. I think Kai also his living arrangement also had if his
Oh, okay.
girlfriend was to move in. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about doing marriage before a house. It's weird. I don't know. Okay, but then like when we were applying for the BTO, right? It's like the technical side of it. Like what were the okay, or when we were considering a BTO, what are the considerations we have when we were choosing like a project? Or in general, what are your considerations when you look for a house?
What?
Me, of course, first has to be the price, whether you can afford it.
Mm-hmm.
First, that one
Other than
first.
price. Oh,
Then
okay, yeah.
after that, then is the location. For me, I wasn't very picky on anywhere in Singapore, as long as the MRT, right, is literally walking distance from the block. Then
Yeah.
not only that, the MRT has to be there, right? Around the area, right, has to have like at least like a supermarket or also walking distance.
Yeah,
Like,
amenities.
yeah, I want these things to be walking distance. I don't care if it's like Jurong West, but I have everything there, you know. I mean,
Makes
no offense
sense.
to anyone staying Jurong West, but
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, I still,
Kai, we
East
live
side
in
best.
Tampines.
East side best.
yeah, I say, I mean, I'm from the east side, you know, from Tampines. But my Tampines is not really the central Tampines. I'm at Tampines West, which is really at the end of Tampines, you know.
Mm-mm.
But I'm happy here because the MRT station is just like 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, a few minutes walk away from my house. Yeah. And I got kopitiam just under my block. So it's those kind of stuff, lah, you know. Yeah.
I
But
Nice.
think
next time
now.
Jurong also have the transport hub really. So you
Mm.
just
Yeah.
buy.
Jurong?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Tengah, right? Tengah also. Hotspot for BTO. But that one will
Yeah.
take a decade for it to be like up and running.
Oh, and I
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
preference. For me, I have a preference for the MRT line, which is the downtown line. It has to be the downtown line.
Ah.
I don't want the green line.
Okay,
I don't want.
okay.
Yeah, it has to be the downtown line. For me, it's the best line. I mean, in my opinion.
But
Okay, now we're gonna start MRT wars now, which is the best
Yeah,
line.
but
downtown line
this
is the
is like,
best.
I mean, now
Mm.
I guess it's less for consideration because it's like our transit system is so extensive, right?
Connected. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
So it's like, and on top of that, it's like what we can just grab anywhere also. So it's like,
true, that's true.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
instead
like,
of owning a car, right? Yeah.
yeah.
But that's then the next thing is that for people like us who like okay, maybe not for Ritzal lah, maybe for me and Khai, who are kind of giving up on the BTO route. How do you go about like doing resale? Not doing resale, but going to look for resale flats. Like, how is it different from the BTO process? Like it, because for resale, actually, like I'm not a mathematician, but they say that actually resale has quite a lot of grants that can actually make it
Yep.
to be almost as affordable as
Mm.
BTO, right?
Yeah, there's the proximity grant, which is very near to your parents.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, either of your parents.
So are you considering to get that grant so that you
Yeah,
can cash
yeah.
in?
That's why I'm trying to. My options are just Tampines and Toa Payoh lah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because me
But is there
too.
BTO in Toa Payoh? Like for
No BTO resale,
No
bro.
resale.
resale? Oh, sorry. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
How
And
about like
initially
the
I had like, okay, I don't want a flat that's so old. But then now that I'm looking at the price, I think I might need to like compromise on the year the block was like built.
Mm.
Yeah.
because that's another thing, right? Like people want to consider how many years left on the lease,
Yeah.
right? I don't know actually how much of an impact that would be. Do you know?
Got difference
Like,
Okay, so like the older flats, right? For me the big difference is the having the rubbish chute whether inside your house or outside your house.
oh,
You know,
wait.
right?
Oh, the older flats have them in their
Yeah,
house.
I say
Yeah.
my block is old, so my rubbish chute is
Okay,
inside
okay.
Mm.
my house.
Okay.
The
Wait, so
newer
that's
flats
a
you
deal
go
breaker
out
for you?
Yeah, it's on the block, right? Like outside.
Yeah,
because
Oh,
mine is outside.
rubbish chute is outside.
Mm,
Yeah, mine is outside.
the one
mine
inside,
also.
right? I mean, cockroaches are easier to come in.
Oh, so you don't want that lah?
Then
Yeah,
then
the one
when
that.
they fumigate all the
Yeah, GG, bro.
Mm.
GG.
Oh yeah. Wow, I didn't
Yeah.
think of
Then
that.
No,
all the
even
poo will
though
come out
gotten
from
it
your.
though, the
Yeah.
cockroaches.
okay, also depends which floor you're on.
Mm.
Which floor are you?
Okay. If you're
The lower
lower.
floors is
I'm
GG.
second floor. Eh.
Yeah, lower floor is GG.
Oh.
I'm the first to kena hit by the fumigation.
Yeah, I'm fourth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't think about the rubbish chute thing at all. Oh my
No.
god.
It's a big deal.
Now I know. Okay.
Yeah, then lah.
Things to
So for
look out
me,
for.
like you thinking like, yeah, rubbish should always close. There's no way the cockroach can come out, bruh. Cockroach can squeeze out of nowhere, man.
Don't.
That's true.
Really. You know cockroaches? Okay, now suddenly we're talking about cockroaches.
Yeah.
Cockroaches can squeeze through any hole, like, even smaller than their
Yeah,
body.
there was one tiny hole next to like in the near the toilet, and then like while I was peeing, I saw the cockroach.
Yeah, they can squeeze through
Ew.
anything.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
so you know, yeah.
I think I got kena before, but mine was a baby cockroach that squeezed through into my rubbish bin and I stay on the 10th floor.
Yeah.
So
Can you
high
imagine?
up. Oh my
So
god.
high up, no,
Yeah.
that cockroach climb.
Oh god. Okay, these are the little things that matter that people overlook maybe sometimes that maybe it would
Yeah.
be good to give it a consideration.
Then older flats, right? Okay, this for resale flats, right?
Hmm.
Sometimes the ceiling or the floor, right, can leak
Huh? For older
because it's
flats?
so old already, right? That
Oh.
the concrete layers are not really, how to say, so let's say I don't know, on top of my neighbor the floor wet, right? Like mop the floor or whatever, right? It will seep
Yeah.
through to my ceiling, you know?
Or
Mine also
For older
kena.
flats?
mold on the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
something.
You look at the ceiling. How
Wow.
come like the ceiling wet? How is it
GG's,
even
man.
possible?
Wow,
Because
yeah, that's
the block is
GG.
so old, right? That the whatever coating or whatever they used to have, like, will go through.
Oh man,
The
I guess that
Yeah.
composition
one
can go through.
you must check very thoroughly when you go for your
Where when you
viewing.
go for reserve, you look at the
Mm.
ceiling, all, how come like where wow, GG, you know that
Go
thingy.
and touch.
Yeah.
House
And the
one
thing
Yeah.
is,
has
I
this
think
issue also, even though it's like a condo, but it's still like
Yeah.
our walls are all cracked. Cause
Mm.
I don't know whether it's it cause my neighbor on their aircon very cold or what. Then our
Uh-huh.
room is always like cracked. Like the walls are always cracked.
Is that even safe? Oh
oh,
my god.
I
oh,
don't
because
know.
of
Walls?
moisture. Is it?
Yeah, because of moisture.
Yeah,
Ah.
because I think
Mm.
I've seen a documentary about it before, but that was in the US lah. I don't know whether in Singapore we have the same.
Yeah, their weather conditions different also
Yeah,
from ours.
Last
Yeah.
time when we first moved in, like when we got it from another owner, right? It was so bad, like when it rained, the windows will leak. Then we had to call the
Oh.
security
Wow.
up. Then like
No.
yeah, then we had to fix it. And then now it started happening again. Like that day I saw a huge crack above my door.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And
This is
yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen
poor
recently
workmanship.
come out on Mothership, I think. Not condo, it's a HDB. Then the person complained to HDB, then seriously it's not their. Then he said, oh, because of one hole outside the flat, every time it rains, the inside my house also got rain. I don't know. See, I don't know how like
Oh
the flat
god,
got
no.
leaking.
That's like HDB housing nightmares really.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
wow,
But this
must
kind of
be
thing
very
you cannot check
careful.
what? How you wanna check when you wanna buy a
Yeah.
house?
that's true.
Wait, talk to the
Unless you're some
neighbors.
expert. Like what they
No, because at first when we came in, it looks completely fine. Then it
Yeah.
happened like a few months later.
Yeah.
Then we realized everything was cracking. Then we are like, oh no.
So,
Yeah.
so that means
Oh.
pro tips for those buying resale flat, right? You go view the house when it's raining.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like, bro.
They
genius.
take out
That's right.
pail, take out bucket all.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's even better because nobody will be there also.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or if it's not
Absolutely.
raining, just go outside and splash water as it goes in.
Firstly, must test whether it's water resistant.
Pro tips.
Yeah. Well, actually, there are a lot of things to consider when looking for a flat,
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
right? Wow. It's such a tough and long process, long
It's
journey.
like, yeah, then like sometimes you feel like, how come this house like very long never sell? Like, is there something wrong? You know, like
Yeah.
if they've been on the website for like months
Oh,
or
yeah,
even years,
yeah,
that then never
Yeah.
sell. No, then you're thinking why never sell?
Yeah. Actually,
Wow.
like one of my best friend, right? He was looking for a flat also. So he's not the type who believe in all this supernatural stuff.
Oh,
But his
we're
wife
going
was like,
there.
yeah. And then so they were really set on like this house, like wow, perfect. The price, everything, the location, everything, wow, perfect. Yeah. And then so but the wife was saying to him like, oh, but if you sense anything wrong, please tell me lah. Even though he doesn't believe in it, right? It's like okay lah, whatever lah. So then like I think the night before they wanted to sign for that apartment, right? He had a really weird dream. Like one old uncle came to him in his dream, right, and tell him to piss off from the house. So he was in that new house, right? And then an old uncle came to him and told him to go away.
Wow.
And then he's like, bruh.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, and then at first he didn't think anything of it, lah. But when he told his wife, then his wife like, wow, GG, they cannot. That one is like red flag.
Yeah.
Wow, the
But
wife
it was one of those houses, like it looked perfect, but I don't know why it's empty, right? For
Yeah.
quite some time, yeah.
Did they find out what happened to the previous owners?
No, I mean he didn't dig into it, lah. But
Yeah,
Wow.
because
he said he didn't want to take any chances, lah.
so this is one of the reasons. It can be a supernatural thing, but it can also be a like a Tai Long thing. Like you owe
Yeah.
someone money,
Oh,
then
yeah.
just want to chow.
Oh,
You know, you
Oh,
sekali
man.
you move in every single night got someone throw paint on your house. How? You know,
Oh, money, pay
not
money.
not you know because the owner moved really.
So
Wow.
Yeah.
I think Thailand they should have a update details page. Update details the website.
Hey bro, the person moved
Bro,
really,
bro.
Google form.
Update IC really, bro. Update IC.
I know, right?
He should leave a
Yeah.
Google form for new tenants
That's
at the
right.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's
so
funny
there's
is that usually the ones throwing paint, right, are usually like students. Because they are
Yeah,
paid
it's
paid by the
runners.
time off.
Aiyo.
Yeah. So
Ayo, as students, please don't need to earn this kind of money.
yeah. So even if you catch them, right, and
Yeah,
you tell them that you change address, they not
yeah.
in
They just
contact at the
runner,
time lah.
bro.
Yeah, they
Part-time,
just
bro.
runners, bro. So,
Oh, man. Yeah, so I guess there are a lot of things you should consider and check
Yeah.
before you
Yep.
buy a house. No matter is it a BTO or is it a resale, please do your homework. And
Yeah.
yeah, okay, less than a minute. But anyway, we can end the podcast here. So come to the end of the podcast. It's a nice conversation about getting a BTO. If you are looking for a house, good luck to you. It might be a very long journey. But
remember to
otherwise,
view it when it rains.
yes, view it when it rains. Best advice for the day. So anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.